Hi guys. I know I said that I was going to start my recipe book, but I got stuck watching Dawn over at Let's Make a Mess today, and I will link her video below. And she got me started with a Christmas fatty patty. So I decided to make my own Christmas collection journal. I went through the hassle already and squinched all my pages, so you didn't have to sit here for the squinching. But you can sit here and listen. Yeah, you hear all that goodness? Yeah. To anybody who is new at this method, there is a woman on YouTube named Liz Drake, and she is the one I started watching. I know there are a couple of people before her that started it, and what you do for the texture is you go through each page. You get the best results when you do one page at a time, but I tend to do 2 pages at a time, sometimes 3. If you do more than that, you end up having to re-squinch. But I take the 2 pages, right, 1, 2, and you just go all the way down like this. And you pull them out flat, flatten it back out, next 2, pull it down flat, flatten it back out, alright, and you do that through the whole book. I just did this whole book in like 5 minutes, so it doesn't take long, but when you're doing a video, it just takes, when you're watching somebody do it, it feels like it just takes forever to get it done. So I took the honors and did this already. Next, I'm going to go through and decorate a few of these pages. I don't have a whole lot of Christmas stuff. Like, I have maybe a handful of scrapbook paper, and then you see this bin right here? This is all I have for seasonal things. Like, this is more than just Christmas. Look, I got some leaves in there, and I have birthday stamps in here, and I have some Christmas stamps, and I have some Christmas cards, but also I have some beautiful Christmas pockets and tags that were gifted to me last year that I would love a place to put them. So this would be the place to put them. Hold on, I'm turning my autofocus off so you don't get dizzy. So it's pretty much, what I'm pretty much planning on is magazine pictures. This is my Christmas envelope of magazine pictures. Weird, you know, I got cards that I have and cards that I received this year. I will put in here. And I'm thinking like lists and wrapping paper. I've got a ton of wrapping paper. Upstairs, my husband has an obsession with collecting wrapping paper rolls for some reason. Every time we go to Goodwill and they have like one of those 3-packs of rolls, he's jumping all over that. I'm missing 2 ink pads also. I don't know where they went. But what everybody else has done that I've seen is they take an ink pad, right? I don't have a lot of green and red, so I have to use like my good ink pads. They take the pad, right? They go to a page and they just wipe it on the page. Okay, like that. Look at that texture. Isn't that great? So they just take it and they just swipe it along. Okay. I am going to do that. However, I did a journal for a trip I took in September, and I didn't go through and squinch, which I wish I did now. But the journal with everything in it weighs like 50 pounds. And I took these alcohol inks that I made and I put it along the edges, and I fanned it out a little bit and poured it in. So I'm also going to go through this and do a little bit of spraying. So I have mostly greens here that I've made. I have 1 red. I might do like, maybe I'll do like some pink too. I think I got a couple of pinks. But I have this box here. This box, I guess I had to turn the right way. It's a pizza box. It has not been used, so calm down, calm down. And I put newspaper in here so that when I coffee dye and I let it air dry, I have a stash. I spray in this box so that I don't get it everywhere. So I'm going to try spraying a few pages and see, you know, if I just do this. This is pinkish too, right? I guess that's going to be my red. My red is just going to be pink, and that's just all I'm going to have to... Even like my Stays On, which is blazing red is the color, and it came out pink. So Christmas's new colors are now green and pink. All the alcohol. I'm getting drunk off of the fumes here. I'll take some green. Fan myself a little bit here. Take a little bit. This green is like really strong because I have a marker. I put a piece. I can't. You probably can't see it, but there's a chunk of marker in here. It sounds like somebody's tired. So I might have to cut this a little short tonight due to bedtimes. Getting ready for bed. Green, some green. You know, just backgrounds really is what this is for. Let's see what other kinds of greens I have. I have a whole bunch of Sharpies too that are dried to write with, but would probably make phenomenal. This one's more blue, I think, right? You probably can't even see it because this is a food coloring one. And the food coloring ones are definitely not as dark as the marker ones. I have learned. And no matter how much food coloring you put in, they do not come out dark. Now, trust me, I have loaded them bad boys. This one stinks. Let's try this one. See how green this one. This one looks green in the bottle. This one is green, but again, food coloring. Okay. Let's see. I'm spraying even on some of the ones that I've already done in red. Just because, alright, just because I feel like it. But yeah, these food coloring sprays are lousy. So maybe I'll, you know, what I do when I want to get rid of them is I take them and I dump them onto piles of paper. And it comes out really, really cool if you're ever looking to waste colors. That would be my recommendation to you. Just take them and dump them out. So, just going ahead. Just taking this last weird green. Okay, that's enough of that because I'm like dying here. So sprays would definitely work if you had ones that weren't as lousy as mine. Like I have this one green one. The red one is from a marker, so that's why that looks so vibrant. I have a blue and a purple that are also marker sprays. I've not bought any. I don't own any professional spray inks yet. Someday I might purchase some, but I have a feeling that I'd be with those like I am with fancy art materials where I'm afraid I'll use them up. Like my distress inks, I'm so nervous to use them on this because like I'm afraid to use them up. I'm going to do some more of this red color on here, even though it's pink. That's okay, right? I'm doing it on the dry page, where it's definitely dry though, because some of this is a little wet. Wet, like that's a little damp there. The back of the book is a little damp because I really went heavy on the sprays back here. Let's see. This one's dry enough. You know, like even if you don't even have to cover the page, like just give it a quick little, you know. I'm just trying to get some red on because I feel like I overdid the green with the spraying. Let me use my distress ink. Yeah, see, this fire brick is like really red, you know. So that's like really red. I don't know what I did. I got these like cheap inks from Goodwill, but they were definitely a Target product, and from Target they were like $3 for 9 things of ink. And I had them the other day when I was doing my Christmas cards, and I seem to have misplaced them. Which I misplaced them that day. I misplaced them as soon as I picked them up. They just went missing. So, no idea. And, you know, I think that a lot of what I put in here is going to be like Christmas magazine stuff, because I don't have a lot of Christmas goodies. I've never been one to collect Christmas goodies. But I do want to start keeping memories of my holidays now that I'm a mom and I have children. You know, it's pretty important. I wish I had more. I mean, there's pictures floating around of my family, you know, and that's fun, but I'm thinking about holding on to like packaging from the kids' gifts so that they can look back at this someday and be like, oh my god, you know, to remember. And then I want to keep the Christmas cards for me. They're not going to care about that, I don't think. I wouldn't anyway. If like I was looking through and I was like, my mom got a Christmas card from some random person, you know. I don't know if I care. But some of the Christmas cards are beautiful. I sent out some nice ones this year. And I want to put in my family photos, like the Christmas cards I send out with the kids to my family. I figured that would be nice. This gold is pretty nice. If only it was a little more even. It's a Walmart one though, so it's not going to rub on there even. But it, you know, go figure, when you put it onto a stamp, it just like globs on. So, you know, but it looks okay. Just to add a little bit of glitz and glam and gloomy bloomies. Don't ask. Just making up noises now. As you can hear, Miss Bear Maytag in the background singing her beautiful song of sadness. She's been in a mood all day, and now I try to keep her awake until 7 because she would have gone to bed at 5 today. But I keep her awake, and now she's reached the end of her little baby rope. So I'm just going to be change the bum and Betty bye. Right. So that is the gold, which I liked. I do like the gold. I just, like I said, I wish it would distribute a little more even. My alcohol is drying, so I can start. Let's see about the silver. The silver is shiny. And I guess that I will return because I have to go do some mom stuff. It is bedtime. I'll just do one more page in silver. Shh, don't tell anyone. I like this silver. Dawn did one in silver, and she didn't like the way it came out, but I think it does add just a little bit of shimmer. I don't know why I'm still doing this in the pizza box, because these edges are kind of driving me nuts. So I'm going to clean up and regroup and put the baby to bed, and I will be back. Alright, so everybody has clean butts. When I say everybody, I mean Vera May. I can't attest for anybody else in my house. And I went through and I added a little bit more ink to the pages. Now listen, I don't put ink. I think Liz Drake puts ink on every page, or just about. I don't put ink because I'm going to put some paper down too, and while I was gone, I looked for my Christmas paper, and this is like all that I have. I don't have, this is this little, I just have this stack because I don't look for Christmas stuff, you know. I feel like if I'm going to spend my money on craft supplies, I'm going to spend my money on 12-month out of the year things. But I will start picking up stuff that I see at the thrift stores. for next year, you know, or if I see like a really good deal at Tuesday morning, which they probably will have really good deals on some of their, I mean on all of their Christmas stuff after Christmas. So I am going to, these pages, this, the paper is about the same size as the cover, so just because it's easier, I am going to go ahead and measure out against the cover so that I can cut some paper. I did just get a bunch of magazines. I'm just going to do it on the book so that I'm not judging. I did just get a bunch of magazines that have Christmas stuff in it. So I am going to cut out pictures. You know, after I read it, I do read the magazines that I get for free. Most of them. I like Oprah. I like Real Simple. I don't read Elle. I'm sorry. I don't care much about fashion. You know, I live my life pretty much in t-shirts. So somebody walking around with a plastic bag dress doesn't really do it for me. Sorry. When you are doing this, don't go all the way to the edge. I'm going to cut my paper that big, but then I'm going to adjust it from there and trim it as I need to. My bigger scissors are out on the table and I just don't feel like getting them right now, so I'm going to cut this with my small ones. A couple of months ago, well, I didn't want to cut that part. Oh well. A couple of months ago, I went to one of the thrift stores that we frequent, and it is a church-sponsored thing. And she was getting ready for an auction that they have. And she was going through scrapbooking stuff, I guess, and she came up to me with a cooler, like, you know those coolers that have the retractable handles that you pull up? Yeah, well, that was what the cooler was, and it was chock full of scrapbook paper and embellishments and all kinds of fancy stuff. So she's like, I'll give this to you for $10. And I took it. It took 2 big Amazon boxes to fill with all this stuff. So I went through it, and most of it, for instance, the Christmas stuff, I put aside to sell, and I listed it as one big lot on eBay. I mean, a lot of it is cheap stuff. A lot of it is, I'm going to measure out the next one again, because that one isn't that big. And a lot of it is cheap stuff, and there's a ton of stickers. Like, the letter stickers I have is absolutely ridiculous. I might put some packages of letter stickers together for giveaways, because I have so many stinking letter stickers. It is not even funny. So, but in that, the stuff I put aside was a ton of Christmas stuff. And I have been trying to sell this lot on eBay now for over a month. So maybe I'll take the Christmas stuff out of that. One thing I can say about this lot is that some of the scrapbook paper I got is gorgeous. And it is, hey Lil, why don't you be quiet and watch your shows, please? Some of the scrapbook paper in it is absolutely beautiful. I got some great card stock scrapbook paper that are just stunning. But for the most part, the stuff was like cheap. I'm like, how could you even, to each his own, I guess. But when it comes to me, like the stickers were cheap material, and a lot of the paper was really paper thin, and I mean, it's paper thin, but no, I mean really thin. I mean, this paper is thin, but that stuff. And the way they had it, maybe it was the way they packed it to go to the thrift store, but the way they had all that stuff, I was like, oh my God. Just the you know, organization of it was, just the organization of it was terrible. Everything was like stuck together with stickers. I had tons of die cuts. I mean, oh my God. The die cuts I had, they were frames and letters, and they were all, you know, scrunched up. So they were kind of all over the place. Oh, it was a mess. But I powered through, and I did end up organizing all of it. And I did end up putting a lot of it to sell, which none of it has. Maybe I'll try listing it on my Facebook page to see if anybody wants to buy it. Maybe I'll list it in smaller lots or offer it as giveaways if that is something that people want. You know, I consider it to be used stuff because some of the stickers are missing. Not like they were ever used. It was in transit, you know. However they were handled, the stickers ended up all over the place. So hopefully, I mean, I should be able to use some of it in this, but like I said, I don't collect a lot of Christmas stuff, so. What did I just put my papers that I traced underneath here? No, I didn't. Here they are. So, maybe I'll go through some of that and pull out the Christmas stuff at least. You know, the Christmas stuff that definitely won't go, like some of the sticker pages, the stickers are falling off. So they would probably need glue anyway. What are you doing? They probably need glue anyway to stick on. And I found a ton of photos of like a first birthday party and a vacation with children. So luckily on one of the photos, which was from a while ago, so it was when they were developed at CVS, had a name. So I found this woman on Facebook and I sent her a message saying, hey, listen, I came across some photos, some birthday pictures and stuff. And, you know, I saw your name and it looks like you in the pictures. Would you want them back? You know, and she only lives about 45 minutes from here. But she must have her settings on Facebook so that she doesn't even get notified of new messages. So I never got a response. I just have the pictures sitting in a drawer. You know, I mean, I don't know what to do. If somebody found pictures of my children or grandchildren, some look older, I would definitely want them, right? But I don't know. I haven't heard anything. So I don't know if she's going to get a hold of me, if she's going to want them or not, you know. But maybe someday when she's screwing around with the settings on her phone, she'll see that message and she'll say, oh, hey, look, 10 years ago someone sent me a message. And I'll still have those same pictures sitting in the drawer. Right? Isn't that the way it goes? So how's everybody doing? Did everybody get their Christmas shopping done for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals? I got 99.9% of my Christmas shopping done. See, I have these words, but I'm not going to make a background of the words. I am going to use the words. Use your words, man. I'm going to cut them out and use them to embellish. That's typically what I do with wordy things. A lot of these pages are doubles, so I'm just taking the singles and tracing those pages. So that, and then the scraps I have left over I'll use too. I really like when I do a project to use the whole piece of paper. Like the journals I just did, I did not use the whole pieces of paper, and it bothered me. But I did not want the journal to be stuffed full of crap. I wanted it to be a little bit more on the simple side and a little bit more customizable so that there was a ton of writing space. You had some pockets that were not being used. You had some tucks that weren't being used, so you could put your own stuff in there. You know, it's just my opinion, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I feel like some journals have way too much. And I was not going to do this project at first because I made my own journal, which you can see a few videos back, and that journal is one of those ones that is huge. It is humongous, and it's overwhelming to me, and I honestly don't like using it because it's so big and there is so much going on. So I was like, well, you know, I did with Halloween, and I'm doing the Thanksgiving stuff now where I am just gluing everything you could possibly think of in there. I will probably do a little flip through of that sometime soon because I've put a lot of stuff in there. So I'll probably be doing a flip through of my journal. But I'm not, I mean, I'm doing it to save the memories of my day, but more so than that, I am doing it to fill up the pages so that I can use it up faster. I mean, it is so huge. I have to take a signature out. I'm going to have to take out a signature because I don't have room. It is starting to floof out, you know, like this. It is floofing. And the size of that, this is cute, all floofed out, right? But the size of that journal with 5 huge signatures, it cannot afford to floof. I won't be able to fit it anywhere. I am the type of person that I like to journal in my bed at night. I like to sit down and have my own little lap table, you know, and I write. And I can't with this book. It's too big. It's too bulky. I can only do it sitting down at the table. And it makes me nuts. And my mom gave me this awesome canvas bag that I'm putting my journal stuff in, you know, my pens, and I put my little mementos in there to put them in later on, and it almost won't even fit in that bag. And that's a big bag. I think it's like a laptop bag, and my journal won't fit in that stupid thing. So that journal is just too big. It is just too big for me. My next one is going to have to be, you know, much fewer signatures. I have a ledger book that, like, it's an actual, it's not the ledger paper like you buy in the pads at Walmart. This is a ledger book that I decorated 8 years ago because my dad was sick. I was living with my dad at the time, and that's where I decorated it. And it has a ton of pages left. And I tore out the pages I had journaled on. So I might use that book to use it up. And because I decorated it awesome. Like, when I think about it, and I'm sure a lot of you that are really passionate about the craft can attest, I have been junk journaling and, you know, creating books for a long time. And I have been doing my own form of art journaling, just like everybody, for a long, long time. You know, I mean, I've never been an artist to sit down with a paintbrush or sketch a picture. I'm not good at that side of it. But when it comes to gluing things in a organized fashion so that it looks nice, I have been doing that for my whole life. I found a bunch of my old journals recently, and I went through some of them, and I noticed that I have been doing the same exact thing. You know, here you are now as an older person watching people on YouTube to see what they do without even looking back on what you've done yourself. Like, that's how I feel anyway about my experience. So these are not perfect, but they'll do. And I just realized that I had gotten this washi tape in an RAK envelope, and it is red glitter. So guess where this is gonna go? You know, I wasn't going to use it, or what I should say is, it's still in the wrapper, and I got this envelope a long time ago now. It's been since the beginning of the summer. And I'm like, ooh, you know, I loved the contents of the envelope. I was very grateful. But I was like, what am I going to do with this glitter tape? I don't do a lot of glitter, but now I will. So I'm going to put that over here. So now we'll find some pages to glue our paper down to. So it's going to matter with some stuff. Like this one is going to matter because the words rejoice. So it will matter which direction it goes in, but for the most part, these papers are not very directional. The Santa Claus one will be, but the rest of them, not really so much. Now, do I want to use a glue stick on these? I guess I probably do. I did some organizing here the other day, so. Whoop. Now you gotta make room for the glue. The gluing will commence. Now, I think I bought a ton of these purple. They were on sale at Walmart for like 10 cents a piece, and they drive me nuts because they are lousy. But I'm trying to use them up because I have like 5 or 6 left. So I'm trying to just get them gone. So I'm just gonna do this. So I want everybody to tell me what is on their Christmas list, their crafty Christmas list. I have a whole list of stuff on Amazon. I show my husband. I'm like, so he's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I already did all the legwork. So here you go. The only non-crafty thing that I want is Bluetooth earbuds because my phone now doesn't have a headphone jack, and that drives me bonkers because I listen to YouTube and I listen to music with my headphones on, my earbuds, and I have very expensive sets of earbuds, mind you. See, this purple glue like does not stick. It drives me nuts. I'm trying to just get rid of it. But anyway, so I have that stupid little thing that plugs into your charging port, but what good is that when you are laying in bed at night and you just want to watch a stinking video on YouTube and you're trying to charge your phone at the same time? It does you no good. What were these phone companies? What were these companies thinking when they took away the headphone jack, right? And now, I mean, I can keep my Bose and I'll still use them with my tablet, which is where I use them the most, is with my tablet. But, I can't. And I can use them with my phone. I got a bunch of those little things those little adapters so that you can plug it in. But if I get a set of, a decent set of Bluetooth headphones, then I can use them with my phone a little more freely. And not have to worry about it as much. So here I am gluing a third time now, right? Gluing my corners for a third stinking time. I'm going to just switch my glue stick. I'm going to just leave this one for the kids' glue stick, I think, because I just can't even have this kind of patience right now. Stupid purple. The stupid purple. I did buy this glue stick from, there is a store in Virginia right up the road that has, see, this one's upside down. This one's going to have to go on that side too. There is a store in Virginia that sells all liquidation things. Like, for instance, I get a ton of Scotch washi tape there for 10 cents a piece. And I don't care what you say, Scotch is definitely the stickiest washi tape. I use it in my journal, and it is sticky stuff, man. Besides the duct tape brand, too, that one is also pretty sticky. But once in a blue moon, they have these big fat glue sticks there for 50 cents, and this time I only snagged one. But the last time I was there, I got a huge roll of lace for 50, no, not 50 cents, but $3. But I think it's like 500 yards. I mean, it is big, and it is a black lace, and it's the kind of lace that would be nice on the edges of paper. You know, it's small like that. So first of all, it's black lace. No need to coffee dye it, right? And black lace is nice, I think. You know, unless you're going with a vintage shabby chic type thing where a tea dye or a coffee dye is going to be your best bet. But if you are just, maybe I should just do Mod Podge, right? I'm going to drop my glue stick. If you are just doing a journal that doesn't have the theme that requires some kind of special coffee dye paper, black lace is awesome. Or coffee dyed lace, I should say. I'm going to get my Mod Podge out because these glue sticks are working against me today. I don't know if I have my Mod Podge mug in here. I bought a mug full of markers from a yard sale a while ago, and I lied, I bought two. One of them I kept in the kitchen because it's got a painting by Thomas Kinkade, and I love Thomas Kinkade. I was so upset to hear that he died about, what, a year ago now? I don't have any concept of time. But the other mug I kept specifically, look, I have a sock that I use as a rag. The other mug I kept specifically to pour my glue in, but I'm officially out of the matte Mod Podge. Thank God. I'm so sick of Mod Podge. So now I'm just using the gloss, and I'm only using it as a glue. I am not using it as a sealer. I have some projects that I got some Mod Podge on the, you know, outside, and oh my God, like, it just makes it such a mess because it's not matte. And then you try and paint or do something over it, and it looks different right there where you had the Mod Podge spread. And not only that, but going through some of my old altered books, the pages stuck together and ruined the pages because of the Mod Podge. And then I find out through groups on Facebook that, oh, Mod Podge makes a sealer specifically for that. Then why would you put on your bottle that you are a sealer, that you are a glue and a sealer? Because you're not. You're not a sealer. And this gloss Mod Podge I've had forever because I made a bunch of Christmas presents with, I made coaster and light switch plate sets as Christmas gifts for a lot of my relatives. And it was nice because they were great gifts, but they were ruined because I sealed them with a gloss Mod Podge, and they all stuck together to the point where they were completely, like, I couldn't even try and pull them apart. They were destroyed. And I was so upset because I did not find out just how destroyed they were until the person I was gifting them to opened them and was like, so what kind of crappy gift is this, you know? It's pretty much how I feel like it went, you know? I cannot have upside down ornaments. I cannot. So why can't I do this little one here, right? That's got things all different directions. So I'm only using this as like an Elmer's glue for right now. And then once I am done, I think that I'm pretty much only going to do a matte medium, or, you know, if I need a gloss finish from Liquitex, because they seem to be good. I bought the matte medium from Walmart to try because it was so cheap. I mean, it was like $4 for a big bottle of it. And I was told from Melissa over at 70 Acres Studio that it was very nice. It was a very nice, you know, matte medium for a fraction of the price, you know, because Liquitex is 12, 13 bucks for a small bottle. And by small, I mean like 8 ounces, I think is $13, and 16 ounces, I think is $16. But when you limit your budget on what you're going to spend on craft supplies, then when you limit your budget for craft supplies, 16 bucks is a lot of money. 13 bucks is a lot of money just for a tub of glue, you know, really is what you're using it for. I do seal my stuff with the Liquitex, but I don't just waste it like I see some people on there. Not that they're wasteful, but they can do it, you know, because they don't concern themselves. The Liquitex is just built into their budget, but it's not built into my budget because I try and craft frugally. I don't really like to spend a lot of money on my crafting. You know, the only time I really spend money is thrift stores because I like what I find at thrift stores. My supplies, I try and stay cheap. I did recently start using Avery glue sticks from Amazon, and I have to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with the way they work compared to the Elmer's. I'm pretty happy with them, so I'm probably going to order another big package of those. And, you know, another part of it, too, was I got like 24 sticks for $6, I think, on special, but normally I don't think they're much more than that. So, if you are in a glue stick vortex of hell, definitely try the Avery. I got the rainbow package one. I have seen people using the purple package Avery glue sticks. Whether or not the glue is purple, I don't know, but the package is purple. The ones I use are the pink, orange, and yellow package, and I'm pretty satisfied. I do know a lot of people using Dollar Tree glue sticks. I have not tried those yet, but I can definitely tell you that I'm not happy with Elmer's glue. I'm not even happy with the Elmer's Craft Bond glue. I have not tried the extreme one yet. I do know that Carla over at Caged Fish, she swears by the extreme. That's probably the only one that she uses, but I haven't tried it. I do know a lot of people who have said that they really liked it. So, you know, try them out. See what works for you. Nobody says you have to like what somebody else likes. Nobody says that. I'm just not happy with Elmer's products overall, except for the glue all, you know. And if you're renovating and doing woodworking, they have a very good wood glue. But Gorilla Glue also has a very good wood glue. Very good wood glue. I am definitely a Gorilla Glue girl. My slate sink is sealed with Gorilla Glue around the edges. We mixed it with some black grout because my sink is made out of black slate. If you Google Munson, Maine Slate Company, it's actually from out of Boston, Mass. It is a sink that was made between the 1880s and the early 1900s. And that is the sink that I have in my kitchen to go with my 100-year-old kitchen stove that my husband just went and changed the propane bottle on because I did not realize while I was boiling my turkey a little while ago to make turkey soup that I had run out of gas. Which, good thing it didn't happen when I was preparing for Thanksgiving. Not like it would have mattered on Thanksgiving because we cook our Thanksgiving dinner on wood. My stove has a little wood firebox And above it, there are 2 flat cast iron burners that you can cook on. And then on the other side, there are 4 gas burners. And then the oven, which is underneath the gas burners, is either or, wood or gas. And it is a learning curve for sure. You get frustrated at the beginning because when you're baking things, it does not bake things nice and evenly like your electric stove at home. And also it is not insulated, so the whole stove, the whole unit, which is cast iron, the whole thing heats up when you get the oven going. It is a learning curve. You have to, when you're baking cakes and cupcakes and breads, you have to turn the pans every so often. So when I have something that cooks that's supposed to be in there for 20 minutes, I usually set my timer for every 6 minutes to turn it. It does bake things, some things anyway, it bakes a lot faster. We took the rack out of it because when the rack in it is very high. So what we did was we set up a couple of wooden blocks in there, and we put our stuff on the wooden blocks because it's lower. So now with the wooden blocks, it takes things longer, but I don't mind that. I like it better because I have more control. So believe me, a cake tastes no different if it takes 35 minutes instead of 25 minutes. I was told my whole life how finicky things are with baking, and you know, oh, your temperature has to be just so, and blah blah blah. Your ingredients have to be just so. But if you cook something, if you bake something low, it does not hurt it, so long as you keep an eye on it. You know, just an FYI to anybody out there that's afraid of baking because they're afraid that they are going to burn it. You're not. Trust me. Go 25 degrees lower if you're afraid of burning something. That's where I am right now. I figure that my oven runs about 25 degrees colder, is what I should say. Turn it down 25 degrees. But once you do learn how to cook and bake on that thing, it is a lot of fun. And you really can't beat the nice, even baking of the wood. When you turn the wood side on, it really does a fantastic, fantastic job baking. So that's my recommendation for today. Go out, buy yourself a 100-year-old stove. Go through hell the first year trying to cook on it, and then just enjoy it. But we know this stove inside and out. My husband had the entire thing apart. He went through, see that page is a little crooked, but I don't care much. He went through the entire thing, piece by piece, and sprayed it down with oven cleaner and scrubbed every single screw and piece of cast iron. And there were some screws and things that needed to be replaced, so we replaced them. We went to restaurant supply houses and got special lubricants for the nozzles. You know, we went all out. It wasn't a joke. It was definitely, we were serious about owning this beauty. And when you are serious about something like that, you have to put in the time to educate yourself. So now when I clean it, it's nice because the cast iron actually likes grease and oil. So when you make bacon, you don't have to clean the stove every time. But I clean my stovetop, like take it apart and wash it every month or so, because I don't have to take it apart every time I use it. Every time I get something on it, I just take a wet rag and wipe, you kind of wipe it right into the top. And no, it's not gross, and no, it doesn't get moldy because we use it we use the stove all the time. So it's constantly hot, every single day. I have my stove on every single day. At some point, I am cooking. I don't bake as much in the summer because, like I said, the whole cast iron chunk gets hot. And when it's 100 degrees outside, you do not... See, I went too far into the middle of that page, but oh well, it's fine. When it is 100 degrees outside, you do not want to be running that bad boy. So I added these pages in, as you just watched me do. And it ended up working out pretty good, considering I cut them all to go in one direction. But the one part I have left out, this is the middle. You should take ribbon pieces, because these spines are chintzy. So you should take ribbon pieces, Christmas ribbon for the Christmas season, or just any string ribbon I suggest, because it's thicker than just a thread. And you should tie your center. Wrap it right around and tie it on the outside. The reason I didn't do it was A, I forgot, but also because I'm going to decorate my cover, and I'm probably going to do something with my spine, because I got a little carried away with my scrunching and I did rip it a little, so I'm probably going to have to reinforce it with some tape, believe it or not. I might even use my Scotch washi tape. But then I'm going to go and tie my ribbon in. But you should also do it in a few other points. So for instance, here's my middle. I'll do one here. I'll go roughly about the middle of this section, do one there, and then roughly the middle of the back section, do one there. That is my recommendation, not my idea. Liz Drake told me about this. You know, she told me because her videos are dedicated to me. Liz Drake had it in her video, and it makes a lot of sense. So in order to reinforce it, and especially if you are using back to school composition books from Walmart, if the cover of your composition book is like this, that you bought recently, this was over the last few years, if it looks like this, and if the cover of it is flimsier than you have ever noticed, then it is a cheap Walmart one. Dollar Tree officially has more rugged composition books than Walmart does. And I was at Walmart the other day, and I just happened to look in their clearance section, and they still had these for 88 cents a piece. But they also had graph paper ones for 97 cents a piece. So I bought two because the last Walmart I was at had them for $3. So I bought two of those that time. I highly recommend not buying these ones from Walmart. I picked up 3 or 4, so I'm just trying to bang through them, but I don't suggest it. I suggest go to Dollar Tree and spend the full $1. Or if you see ones that are a little bit thicker than this, that don't have this cover, buy it, because this is cheap, and the paper in it is cheap. It's, you know, it's like see-through. I mean, you can't tell on the camera, but I can almost see my hand right through that paper. And I know because I took one of these apart to use the papers in my journal, and the pen I use, which is just a gel pen, bleeds through the paper really bad, like really, really bad. So just go to Dollar Tree and spend the $1. I don't know if Dollar General has these either, but Dollar General might even have a better one. Just stay away from ones from Walmart. I know you can buy like 6-packs on Amazon. You can buy, I think you can buy them. They come out to be like $2 a piece off of Amazon, I think. So you can even do that, you know, from Amazon. I haven't checked anywhere else online, but I was looking at Amazon. eBay, you might be able to get some different ones. The Mead brand, I don't even think, no, this is Pen Gear. The Mead brand, M-E-A-D. Theirs is like the original, I think. And I loved the Mead brand. Those covers were thick. Those covers were like a book cover. That's what I used to use for my journals all the time, were those composition books. But I won't. I'm just going to use this for this project because I'm not, I'm just going to get through these crappy ones I bought at Walmart and stay away from these. So, with that being said, I know I didn't decorate my cover yet, so calm your britches. Because I didn't bring my wrapping paper down yet from I didn't bring any of my Christmas stuff down. So I'm going to be doing that this week. So when I bring the Christmas stuff down, we'll do the cover. We'll do the cover together. I don't know if I'll do anything else inside of this tonight. I don't know if I feel like it. It's already 8:30. I might just jump in the shower, get ready, get my oldest ready for bed. Or I might cut some things out, you know, because I saved this paper and I have this paper. So I have full pages of just about everything I just used. So I don't know if I'm going to you know, cut these pages out. See, look, I could even do this with just the snowflakes and leave Santa to be cut out. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. Yeah. We'll do that last one because I like that idea. So we'll do the cover. We'll do the cover together. I know that Dawn has one going on her channel, and you can definitely go over and check her out. I will link her below. Her channel is awesome, and her ability to really just free her inner critic in order to create is really something we can all learn from, because even in her videos, I've been watching a lot of her videos lately, I've noticed that she tells herself, you know, no, I'm okay with this, you know, no, I'm just going to go with it, you know, and it's pretty much what she's saying. You know, this doesn't bother me, or that doesn't bother me. So even when you make something imperfect, and the little voice inside your head tells you, like, hey, this looks like crap, you can sit there and tell that voice, you know, shut up. This is what I'm doing right now, and so what if it looks a little crappy? I am okay with it. And Dawn sits there right on her video and tells and says it out loud, you know. She shuts that voice up right there. So she does some great stuff. I'm gonna watch some more of her videos tonight. I really like her channel. See this? I have that stupid thing on the top of my Mod Podge bottle, and it's like falling apart now because this stuff is like 100. Stinks. It smells so bad. I have a jar of Yes Paste, which I like for, you know, it has its uses. If you're unfamiliar with Yes Paste is like glue stick in the form of a tub. You have to use something hard to get it out. You can't just, you know, throw it on with a paintbrush. You can't just pour it onto a page. You need like a scraping tool or a credit card. I use a lot of times those little keychain cards that you get from stores, rewards programs. I use those. But I threw the little gasket thingy out from the top of my Yes Paste jar, and it's really upsetting me because I wish I didn't. I didn't realize just how necessary that stupid thing is to, you know, art life. See, this isn't perfect either, but you know what you do? You peel it off. Like I'm gonna do without ripping this chintzy paper, please. Alright, let's try putting it back down a little bit better. Let's see. Alright, this is gonna have to be how it goes. Not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna have to glue my corners down again. This stupid glue. Can you tell that I'm never going to buy stock in Mod Podge? Can you tell? Mod Podge and Elmer's. All I'm doing is complaining tonight. I'm sorry if you're coming here to relax and all I'm doing is getting you worked up over all the things in life that you hate. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, though. I hope that you all got to enjoy your time with your family and with your friends. And even if you spent it alone, you should always enjoy your own company. You should always enjoy time alone. I do. I enjoy it. I'm big on my alone time. It's very important to me to have this time. And even right now, my daughter's over here watching her shows, and my husband's in deboning that turkey. So I'm kind of alone, and this is where I get to do some of my quiet stuff, you know, is at night when they're doing that. So I glued that last page in. We'll come back later this week. I have not decided if I am going to do wrapping paper on the cover or if I am going to do felt, maybe, because I have a ton of red felt. So if I took red felt, maybe found something black to do as buttons going down, and then white for a collar up here, and then do red on the back, maybe put a white pom-pom back here, you know, to signify the hat. We'll see. I have not decided. I do have a stocking upstairs that was from a previous employer. Maybe I'll cut that up and put it on here because it's a red felt, but it's not as thick. It's like kind of, yeah, well, it is Dollar Tree stockings, which is perfect for this, you know. So maybe I'll do that, but I'm not going to be bringing that stuff down till later on. So if you're not in on my giveaway, go check out my Facebook page. It is called the Chadwick Rose. I will also link that. So I have to link you Dawn, and I have to link you the Chadwick Rose. And if there's anything I'm forgetting, just let me know. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great night. And I'm sorry that I blabbed. This is like the most talking that I've done in a week. So my throat is dry now. And look, I got this candy wrapper too, and it's gold. That would be cool if I die cut it. Did some die cuts of some flowers or something on there. Huh? What do you think? Oh, my mind is just going. So I'm going to put that over here with this pile. Now I have to find a box for all my Christmas stuff to keep in. You know, besides my little tote over here, it's all this crap ain't going to fit in there. So get started with your Christmas junk book. I think this is going to be my Christmas collection book. I'll leave the Fatty Patty name for Dawn, but Christmas collection book sounds good. Get started, get out there, do something like this, get yourself in the Christmas spirit, put on your tunes, your Christmas music, light a nice balsam fir candle, you know, get yourself in the mood, bring out the wrapping paper, put your receipts in here. Flyers. I'm going to pick up a newspaper tomorrow, and I'm going to put some flyers in there. You know, just go nuts. Just go crazy. Anything Christmas that you can possibly find, do it. Go through your magazines, people. Christmas magazines are coming out, so do not be afraid of the Christmas. Embrace it. Embrace it. Well, have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.